What's a self-care tip for y'all? What do y'all do for self-care? What do you do when you're angry with yourself about some decisions that you made that now you're reaping the repercussions of it? How do you reward yourself for getting through a stressful time in your life? Like, tell me some of the good things that you do, or do you even know? What are some of the things that you do good for yourself to reward yourself? I'm so angry at myself today. And I'm angry at myself because I have to deal with some situations that I would not have had to deal with had I not made people into something that they aren't, right? A person show you who they are and you still make them out to what you want them to be, right? Example. You know that a person likes to party. They stay out late. Sometimes they don't come home. They smoke all day, drink all day, party all day. But you say once y'all get serious or once y'all get married, they'll stop. They're showing you who they are. They are a partier. But you're making them out to be something that you want them to be by believing they're going to change once things get committed. That's not how life works. That's why my group is named Life is Not a Fairy Tale, because it's real out here. That's not how life works. If they're not changing now because they see a need, they're not going to change when things get committed. When you're in the thick of it, they're not going to change because they love you. And I just want everyone to understand love is a beautiful thing. Love is what we all should be giving to one another and should be expecting from one another. But not all the time we receive it, right? You don't receive love all the time. And it's no fault of your own. It's just that's sometimes the way the cars land. Cars land in front of you like that. You just don't always get it. I was talking to, she's a friend, and she was telling me she's having a hard time with her boyfriend, and she just had to move out, and she was really distraught about it. And she was just like, why me? What am I doing wrong? And I had to think about that thing. She said, I trust you, Delana, to tell me, what am I doing wrong? She said, I've done everything I could for him. And things didn't work out. And I had to think about that thing. In times, you can be the best you can be. This is on the job. This is in friendships. This is the best mother, the best sister, the best aunt, the best wife. You can be the best employee. You can be the best praise team member. You can be the best of anything that you set yourself out to be. But a lot of times people aren't going to recognize it. Why? Because they're not mentally there. They don't perceive things the way you perceive it. You know, you just can't blame yourself for a failed relationship if you've given your all. You cannot. You can't question your abilities of being a beautiful person to that person because it didn't work out. A lot of times people aren't on the same page. You ever ran into an ex and you said, dang, man, if I would have known what I know now, it probably would have worked. Sometimes people have to grow into their role. A lot of times you just aren't ready for the blessing that you're giving. You know, you ask for that blessing. You ask God to send you that somebody special, right? And you get it. But a lot of times you're mentally not prepared. You're not ready. That's why you have to be careful with what you ask God for. Because once he sends it and you mess it up and it's gone, you sitting around and you asking yourself, why? Not saying that's my friend's case, because that truth, me listening to it, I couldn't see where she had done anything wrong besides It just didn't work out. A lot of times things just don't work out. It'd be perfect for you. You say, dang, this is perfect for me. But it don't work out for whatever reason. And you better believe if it was sent by God, it was a blessing in it. Always remember there's a blessing in it. But I'm angry at myself because I didn't follow my first mind. And that bothers me because I know better. I know better. I know better. But it's a learning experience, things, things that you go through that's bad or that don't feel good to you don't necessarily mean that it wasn't supposed to happen. Grief, heartache, disappointment, betrayal, dishonesty, all of that builds up character. It teaches you something, hopefully. If it don't teach you nothing, then you're going to repeat that same cycle again, most likely with the same person or type of person. It's real. Life is not a fairy tale. As much as we would like to sugarcoat stuff for our loved ones and for our children, life is not a fairy tale. And that's why I give it to you straight, no chaser. Give it to you straight, no chaser. So when I'm upset about some of the decisions I make, I just really rehash the whole thing. Like from me, my mind, I'm a deep thinker, right? So I'll go from the very beginning until present. And I'll be checking off everything. And then I'll hold that over myself like, dang, that was a not only a red flag, that was turquoise, green, white, blue, mixture of purples. Like it's all kind of colors in that flag that I saw. And it was neon and it was lighting up. So what I do is I usually just try to correct that, the mistake that I made by not doing it again. Meaning cutting that person off totally. Right? Self-care, I usually just take a lot of me time. Whether that's watching my favorites. I am a big play person. I love stage plays. I watch a lot of stage plays. I write a lot. I like to sing, listen to gospel. I do a lot of karaoke and worship and have like a full worship session. Right? That's how I do my self-care. But I want to talk about being in denial. Because this is a real thing. Some people are really in denial. Right? A loved one, you could have lost a loved one. That's a hard one to lose a loved one. A parent, a child, a spouse, a sibling, somebody that acted in lieu of a parent to you. It's hard to accept that they're gone, right? They could have gone through death. They could have gone through abandonment. It's hard to accept that, right? So sometimes we deny the fact that we're in pain, that we're never going to see them again, that we didn't love them the way that we thought we should have loved them. Once they're gone, we start thinking of all these things and reasons why we could have loved them more or treated them better, right? But that's not going to bring them back. And that's not going to get you back to peace. That's not going to get you back to a state of where self-awareness and self-love, where you know who you are and you know that you don't have to tolerate, being in a state of depression, or where you don't have to tolerate feeling day in and day out sadness, dark. Being in denial is not going to help you. You have to first attack that problem head on. The first way you attack it head on is admitting that it's there. Man, I'm hurt right now. I done lost this such and such and such. Like me. I'm not in denial about my father leaving me. And I'm not in denial that I'll never see him again on this side of earth, right? But I do recognize that We serve the same God, and I do recognize that he is resting with the Father. That gives me great joy, right? I'm not in denial about that, but it don't change the fact that I miss him. I miss his presence. I miss his love, right? I miss him being here. I've never lived my life, and it's been a little over 60 days that he's been gone. I've never lived my life without him. When I got grown and moved out the house, he was still there every day calling or visiting me or me visiting him. So I've never had, this is a big adjustment. But I am not in denial. I know that he's not coming back. And I know that if I asked him to come back, he would, as much as he loved me, my daddy would be like, are you crazy? I wouldn't trade this peace, joy, happiness, love, security, serenity, tranquility, comfort for nothing in the world. And I don't blame him. So why would I grieve myself into an early grave or be in denial about something that I know is best for him? Selfish. A lot of times it's us being selfish. I don't want to let go. I was telling my husband that, and he would just absolutely die if he knew that I was telling y'all about him, because he's not a social media person. My ex-husband, actually. He's my ex-husband, and he's in denial about that. He won't admit, if you say it to him that y'all divorced now, he won't admit it. But yes, we are divorced. And he's in denial. And when you are in denial about something that's going on, it forces the other person to be in reality, and they have to fight it all alone. Whether it's dealing with the legal obligations, the parenting obligations, the healing process. They're left alone because you're in denial. Shh, don't talk about it. It ain't happening. Some people really feel like if you don't talk about it, it'll go away, but it won't go away. Life is not a fairy tale. And I bet you half of us don't even realize that we're living in a fairy tale. We're not living in reality. Because it hurts. Reality hurts sometimes. Think about it. Think about facing something that's so hard for you. Think about something that you got to face that you don't want to face. It's hard. It takes courage. It takes patience. It takes prayer. If you don't have a prayer life, I don't know how you do it. You're just walking around self-absorbed. And that's going to crash real quick on you. It's going to crash real quick. But you know, you have to, I have to just maintain a healthy and a positive way of thinking about life now, right? What's life now? Don't wallow in the past. The past didn't help you. It helped shape you into who you are, but it didn't help you, right? Because if it did, then you wouldn't be where you are now. And when I say the past didn't help you, the past problems, the problems that you had, it didn't help you. So now you have to look futuristically, be positive, and think bright. What is tomorrow going to bring for me? I know it's going to be a better day for me, right? Yeah, it will be a better day for you. You got to want it. It starts with the desire. The desire. Don't hold yourself accountable for nothing that you couldn't control, right? I couldn't control the fact that in my marriage, it wasn't feeding me, right? It just was not feeding me what I needed. You give so much until you don't. You looking, you looking like, dang, where are you? Like, you give so much till you lose yourself, right? Until you just can't give no more. I wanted that thing to work so bad until I battled with myself all the way into the courtroom. I was just like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I started thinking of stuff that I ain't got no business thinking about. What are you going to do about insurance? What are we going to do about the stuff we own together? What are you going to do about in the future doing this? I got to help him with that. That's not my business. right? I'm telling you this because somebody need to hear it. Don't let somebody else's problem become yours, right? Do what feels good to you all up in here. It's got to feel good all up in here. If it burdens you, if it worries you, if it stresses you, if it makes you question yourself, if it makes you feel paranoid, if it makes you feel less love, abandoned, hurt, scarred, if it makes you feel insecure, incompetent, you better think that thing through. I'm telling you, what you're going to do is you're going to waste precious time you can't get back. Life is not a what? You can love somebody until the skin fall off of them. You can love them that deep. If it don't feed you, that's your soul. That's your heart. If it don't feed you, it's going to eat you. It's going to eat you. If it don't feed you, it's going to eat you. You want to have your self-esteem damaged over that feeling of love? Because at that point, it's a feeling. Ain't no actions, because if you had the actions behind it, you wouldn't be getting eaten. And when I say eaten, that's your self-esteem. That's your self-worth. That's that abandonment feeling that you feel inside. That's that I don't have anybody to talk to. You married, but you ain't got nobody to talk to. You married, but you depressed. You married, but you feel like killing yourself. You married, but you feel lonely. You are alone. You married, but you have no help. You want to feel like that forever? Or you want to love yourself a little bit more, day at a time? What you want to do? You want to love this person so much until it kills you, huh? What you want to do? And take some time to get to know yourself. Like, for real, you don't need a girlfriend to go out and have a drink or to go to the park or to go to the mall. Take some time out to know yourself. You will love just going to walk by yourself. Stop meeting other people to get over somebody else. The saying is, to get over a man, you have to get up under him. Let's drop that analogy. Let's drop that. Let's drop that. And let's use this one. To get over a man, I have to do the best I can. Let's do that. To get over a man, I'm going to do the best I can. Right? And it's not just me that's going through something. Everybody is going through something. But I'm taking the stand and being realistic about it. I don't want to live in question of nobody's love, loyalty. None of that. I can't. I can't look you in the face and tell you that I love you and I don't trust you. No, that's not genuine. Y'all see my video about genuineness? That's not genuine. All right? God made me very honorable. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't need to lie to you. I'm grown. You hear me? I'm grown. So no. But and then this is therapy for me as well. This is my way of, taking self-care, taking care of myself. I talk about it. I let it all out. Very transparent. I didn't do a live because I just feel like listening to this, and then maybe you can just sit and absorb it, maybe write some questions down, and then you can put it in the comments. If you have questions, I'll answer all your questions. But yeah, I'm not letting time pass me by. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. It's okay to love someone and not be with them. Right? It's okay to love someone and still support them and not be with them. It's okay to co-parent. Co-parent. You don't need to be with somebody to be good parents. I hope that one day I can get to a point to where I can travel with my son and his father. I want to remain friends, because at one point we were very much in love, right? And at one point you were very much in love. You're not alone. I think the thing is how you handle your problems. We all have them. How you gonna handle it? Are you gonna crumble? I'm in a social group. I heard a young lady say today, me and my boyfriend of 5 years broke up. My whole world is gone. How? That's the first thing I thought. How your whole world gone? When he didn't create the beginning of it. He came in 5 years ago. You done lost yourself that much in him that your whole world is gone. We got to do better. Yeah, you hurt. Cry, talk about it, get over it, and get through it. You hear me? Cry, talk about it, get over it, get through it. Don't let that stuff break you. That's not the first and last person you're going to get. That's, unfortunately, denial. You don't want to accept it. My whole world is crushed. You don't want to accept it. It took you 5 years to fall in love like that. It might take you 5 years to fall out, but don't give it up. Don't give up yourself because that didn't work. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be friends with yourself. Forgive yourself. You fall down, dust yourself off, get back up again. You fall down, dust yourself back off, get back up again. Keep trying, keep believing, keep striving. Set some goals for yourself. In 2 weeks, I want to feel this much better. In a month, I want to feel that much better. Realistic goals. Take it one step at a time. Start journaling. Writing your thoughts down. Write them down. Self-care. Take care of this. The mental. Meditate. That means just take a moment. Stop moving so fast. Take a moment. Breathe. Stop being so hateful and mean. That stuff wear you down too. That hate. That bitterness. Let it go. Don't blame other people. He cheated. Don't blame him or her, whoever he cheated with. Don't blame them. It's not their fault. They're not the one that committed to you. They're not the one you love, right? I don't care if he cheated with your mama. Your mother is not in a relationship with you. She's not committed to you. It is not their fault. It's the person's fault who committed to you. Yeah, they take some of the blame now. They're not innocent. But that's not who your problem is with. Your problem is with the person who committed to you. Don't blame nobody else. It took two of y'all. Two. Nobody can destroy what y'all have but y'all two. Right? Some people can take it. Some people can take disloyalty. They can take abuse. They can take abandonment. They can take whatever that makes people break up. That may be too heavy for other people. Because me, what's my two? What I tell y'all my two? I told y'all my two was infidelity and physical abuse. I will never accept that. I don't give a, I don't care. I will never accept that in my life. Okay? So you don't blame other people for the losses that you've experienced as a teen, right? So be good to yourself. Love yourself. If you don't take nothing from me, little old me, love yourself. That'll take you over until in the morning. Okay? If you can just love yourself for that moment, it'll take you over into the morning. Be blessed. Bye.